there's a really cool way that you can explore the chemistry of your breathing and your bloodstream and the way that your brain works in ways that can really benefit your health. And it works the following way. You want to essentially sit or lie down, doesn't really matter. You definitely don't want to be anywhere near water. And what you want to do in this case is you're going to breathe in deep, so that's going to increase your heart rate, and then exhale passively by just letting air fall out of your mouth. So it would look something like this. So it's you breathe in vigorously and then you let the air just fall out of your mouth. When you do that, what you're essentially doing is you're bringing in a lot of oxygen through that deep breath, and you're exhaling a little bit of that carbon dioxide. But if you were to repeat it 25 times, maybe 30 times, doesn't matter if it's 25 or 30, somewhere in there, you would essentially start bringing in a lot of oxygen and blowing off or exhaling a lot of carbon dioxide. So you're actually going to change the chemistry of your internal landscape, and you can then sense it. You can interocept what that is like. And there are some really interesting reasons for wanting to do that. So I'm not going to do all 25 or 30 now. I'll maybe do 5 or 10 so you can get a sense of what it looks like so that it's clear. I'm going to essentially demonstrate now. So it's inhale through the mouth. I am inhaling through the nose. So it's essentially, a 2-second or so inhale and then a 1 second or so exhale. And as I was doing that, I can kind of feel my face get flush and my body is heating up and my brain is heating up. What's happening there? Well, that pattern of breathing is increasing levels of adrenaline in my brain and body, and I'm getting more alert. Then after 25 or 30 of those, you exhale all your air. You dump all your air. You can do that with your nose or your mouth. And then you hold your breath with your lungs empty for about 15 to 30 seconds. A very interesting exploration of how you can shift the chemistry of your bloodstream by modulating your air, by modulating the mechanics of your diaphragm and lungs, and thereby shift the way your mind works, your brain. And in fact, what you'll notice is that even though during that 25 or 30 breaths, you'll feel very alert, when you exhale all your air and you're in the breath hold, you will feel very alert but very, very calm. Now, this is interesting because it's a state that we all sort of want to achieve, alert but calm, but have a hard time achieving. And so for those of you that have a hard time obtaining focus for sake of work, or focus for sake of anything, I should say, and when you are able to achieve focus, it's through the use of things like stimulants, or you feel like you have to have a cold shower or ice bath, or you have to have 4 espresso in order to be alert. But then you're too alert, you're jittery, you can't focus. This pattern of breathing can lend itself very well to entering states of alert but calm for the 10 or even 20 minutes that follow that breathing. When our eyes are directed upward, literally when our eyelids are open, no surprise there, and when our eyes are directed upward, it creates a state of heightened alertness. And this has a relationship to the brainstem neurons that create alertness and their control over the muscles of the eye and, believe it or not, the eyelids. Now, it's not the case that if you are absolutely exhausted and you need to feel more alert, that looking upward is going to make you feel wide awake, although it will help support your levels of alertness. The point here is that you can optimize your workstation in a physical way that leverages this aspect of the visual system and your level of alertness. Since most of us want to be awake while we're working, try and position your screen or your tablet, whatever device you happen to be working on, at least at eye level and ideally slightly higher. Now, if you think about it, most people are not doing this. Most people are looking down at their computer or tablet or are angling their eyes at their screen at about 30 degrees. That is not going to support heightened states of alertness and optimal attention. In fact, the opposite relationship between eye position and alertness is also true. When we look down, when our eyelids are slightly closed, it tends to decrease our levels of alertness and increase our levels of sleepiness. I really want to emphasize this, that there's a bidirectional or reciprocal relationship between the brainstem areas that control alertness and the eyes, meaning how alert you are controls how open or closed your eyes are. No surprise there. But also that how open and upward directed your eyes are will increase your levels of alertness. And if your eyes are pointed downward and your eyelids are hooded, like they're slowly closing, like Costello's always are, you'll feel more sleepy.